Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be video 1, project 3, and we're going to get into the holidays a little bit more, Christmas or Xmas. We're going to be working with Unity, optical illusions, review a little bit of patterns, as you can tell on here, that you've been doing since kindergarten. But for the most part, we're going to do something really cool here. I'm not saying it's like difficult, but it's going to take some, you've got to concentrate on this one. This one's going to be kind of hard. I have 5th and 6th graders, even adults have, you can do it. But what I'm saying is take your time. Do not try and jump ahead. There's going to be 3 videos. Wait for them one step at a time. Once you get through like one series of these videos, yeah, then you can jump ahead. You'll get used to it. This is a definitely practice makes perfect experiment type project. It doesn't have to just be done with Christmas stuff. You can do this just about anything. Usually it's something roundish or cylinder or whatever works best, but you can do it with everything. All right, so what I have here, you are going to make a Christmas holiday card. I did this big one here just to show you a little zoomed in. So I've got 2 wreaths, 2 Christmas bulbs, and a candle. And it looks like our paper has been put over top of something and molded to it. Paper's flat as can be, and I'll even show you, there's no tricks. It's just that we made it look like 3-dimensional. So this is another way to do 3 dimensions on paper is with optical illusions. So I'm gonna go through this step by step. And when you see in the module, make sure you're reading those modules from introduction. You'll go all the way down, you'll see what Unity is. Unity is a principle of art. You use the elements to make it. So in other words, it's almost like consistent or like a pattern. Like there's Unity here, there's balance. There's 2 candy canes and a tree. I could go tree, candy cane, tree, tall tree, little tree, tall tree, little tree. Building Unity in the picture to where it comes together as a whole. Same here. I've got Unity and balance. Now for this one, I'm going to take this one out of the way. What you're going to be doing is, and I'll zoom in just a little bit. All right, so you're going to make a card. We're going to do one on the front side, which is what we're going to work on today. And then you're going to do one on the back side. So what happens is, this is going to be one of those Christmas cards, and I just wrote Happy Holidays. You get to do what you want, and it'll set up like a Christmas card, okay? I know some Christmas cards usually go this way, but I also have some that go this way, and with our Unity and as wide of a space as we're going to take, I went ahead and did the card this way. So we're going to work on the front today, okay? So what you're going to need today, just for today, you're going to need a pencil, 2 sheets of white drawing paper. Now, if you have a light color you want to try, be careful with the dark colors because of the lines and stuff, but I usually just start with white because we're going to be adding so much color anyway. But I'm going to sit here with 2 white sheets of paper, okay? You need that, a pencil, a ruler, and either a small tip Sharpie, if you don't have this, that's fine, or a black ink pen, and I'll explain that later. All right. So let's do it. Okay, so today is just going to be the sketch with the pencils and the lines. We'll do coloring for both sides all as one video. Like I said, I'm going to break this into 3 videos. Take your time. So here we go. All right, first things first. Take your 2 sheets of paper, put them together. All right, and you're going to fold them. This is horizontal. Across is horizontal. That's vertical. This is diagonal. We want horizontal. Take 2 sheets together. Fold them as close and even as possible. Okay? Boop. Now, don't worry about stapling or anything yet. We'll do that last. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason I did this is when the markers go through, I didn't want them to leak into your message. That's why I did a double one, which is fine. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler. We got to do some measuring and some math. I know, yes, oh no, math and art. Yes, math and art do go together and they can. We're going to make this very simple. So on your ruler, I'm going to zoom in. This is the inches, okay? We're going to be using the half. We're going to put a nick every ½ inch. So it'd be half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so forth. We don't have many to do. You're going to be good. We're going to do them on this side and on this side. because what's gonna happen is, as I told you, our card's gonna go this way. So we're gonna do 1/2 inch nicks here, 1/2 inches here, and then we're gonna connect them, okay? But before we do that, I wanna let you know, do not make the lines go all the way across. Just make the nicks, and then you'll see what else we're gonna do, okay? So I'm gonna sit down here, and I'm gonna get started. Again, you have access to this video for the whole week and next week. Take your time, pause this at a section. I'd rather have you live and see you in person, but this is the one advantage of the videos. You're not limited to that 30 minutes, and you could pause me, catch up, and keep on going. So here we go. All right. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. So, first things first. I'm gonna turn my paper sideways. I'm gonna line my ruler up very even. Make sure it's really close. This is about 6 inches across. Okay. All right. Take my pencil, and I'm gonna go 1/2 inch, inch, 1/2 inch, inch, 1/2 inch. So again, 1 inch, I'm gonna go 1/2, 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, and go to the end, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like little nicks right there. Okay, so pause, catch up right there, you're good. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come down to the other end. Sorry about that, that's my radio. I'm gonna flip it over here. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I want these to hopefully line up, so make sure you line this ruler up just right, because I want these to match up with down there. All right, so here we go. Same thing, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Boom. All right. Now we're cooking. Here we go. So I have my 2 nicks. So pause the video, get those. Now that we're back, you do not want to draw these lines across yet. What we have to do first is we're gonna put the object lightly. I'm talking very lightly. I'm gonna draw a little bit heavier so you can see my pencil on this video, but I want you to draw lightly because those lines aren't gonna be needed. They're just guidelines, okay? All right, here we go. And I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit more. I want it really up close. Here we go. So, now you guys can use the ones you wanna use. It is up to you, okay? I'm gonna put a Christmas tree on this side in the middle. So I'm gonna lightly sketch, and I'm gonna make it 3D, so I'm not gonna worry about too much detail. It's gonna look like a cone. You do 2 diagonals, and then you have a curved line, and you have your cone. Now remember, save some spots or space on both sides, okay? Then I'm gonna put a cylinder down here. And what I'm doing is a gesture rough drawing. You see all my horrible rough lines? That's good, that's fine. That's how I start every drawing. And then I go back and erase and polish. All right, so we got a cone. Kind of resembles our tree here. All 3-dimensional, okay? Now, what I did was, I did 2 candy canes. Candy canes can be they're a pain to draw at times because they have that one curve. So we're gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna put one, I'm gonna go unity. So this is my unity, so I'm gonna lightly sketch. Okay, I'm gonna get the hooks. Now, if you wanna turn your hooks inwards, I'm gonna make mine, actually for this one, I'm gonna make mine go looking at each other. On the other one, they were going in the same direction. Now this one's gonna face. One of my other students, what he did was, he says he actually cut out a template and traced it on here. That's fine as well, if you wanna make one of those. All right, so the edges are round. And to be honest with you, building this is the hardest part. That's it. When you get to the coloring and the patterns, it's actually just very consistent, and it gets to be a lot easier. Like, to me, the whole hardest part of this project was doing candy canes. I tried to practice a lot just to get that curve right. Okay, so now we have our unity, consistency, and it filled up the whole page. Okay, pause the video, get caught up on your candy canes, get caught up on your cone and your cylinder for the Christmas tree, and then we'll come back, okay? All right, and unpause. Hey, okay, so now that you're caught up, what you're gonna do is I'm gonna turn this paper. Actually, you can go like this or turn it sideways, it's your choice. So I'm gonna keep mine flat like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up the nicks. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? I'm gonna line those up. Now, when I draw my line, I am not going to, I'm gonna repeat that. Do not draw through your objects. It's a part of your objects are there, like your candy cane, your tree, or the other candy cane. If they're there, go around them. So watch what I mean. So I'm gonna make my line here. Cross, stop. Over here, stop. Once you hit one of the objects, you stop. It's like a roadblock. I'll go over here, boom. Then you're gonna move down to your other 1/2 inch. Line them up, and you're gonna do the same thing. Line, stop. I got a little gap in here, stop. When you hit an object, it's a roadblock, stop. And you'll see what we'll do later, don't worry. And do this with pencil first. See? It's gonna look like this for a while. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and do this all the way down. Okay? And you're gonna watch me do this the whole way. This is the part where you could probably fast forward a little bit because you know what we're doing. Or better yet, you pause, do this, and then you can speed up the video a little bit. Uh-oh, pencil broke. See, I'm bearing down hard. Do not bear down hard. And then you can fast forward and go to the next part. Once you build the framework for this, everything else kind of goes very fast. This is the hardest part. That's why this is going to be a long video, because what I'm doing, watch it a couple times. It can get it can get tedious, so watch it a couple times. I should have lined my objects inside a little bit better, but that's fine too. Okay, and then I got one more right here. Okay. Now, we have our basic lines. We're done with our ruler. Now comes the fun part. When you see in here, what we've done is, part of the illusion is, when the line hits the object, it curves over. So we're gonna go this way, okay? So we have the straight lines. So when we hit this, boom, curve, boom, go, curve, over. Once you get really good at this and practice a lot, you can do them all at the same time. I broke it into 2 parts. So we just did the straight lines first, and now we're gonna do the curves, okay? And once you get really good at this and practice, you actually just go across, curve, boom, curve. I like to turn my paper sideways actually, since we're going curve that way, I'm gonna curve mine this way. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can get I don't wanna go too deep. It's almost like a bump, like there's a hill in the road, so watch what I'm gonna do. So here, these get a little hard in here in the candy cane. There's gonna be a bump right there and a bump right there. And make sure the lines connect. There's no break between this or it'll kill the illusion. So this goes straight into that line, connects, boom. And what I'm gonna do is just go, I gotta get a better pencil here. Here, connect, boom. Okay? Boom, connect, connect, curve, boom. And now I'm just gonna go all the way down the candy cane and you start to see the curves. And we're just using lines. We're manipulating lines to make this optical illusion. We are gonna be tracing, and I'm gonna show you that is the last step for this one. And then that's what you're gonna do for this week. I'm not gonna do the backside one yet. I want you to get used to this one first, and then we'll make it. We might even have to do a 4th video on this one, which is fine. We got plenty of time. We are so far ahead, we are good. Stop this video and look and see how you need to do it, okay? All right, and I got my candy cane here to do. Whoops. I will have a new pencil by next video, I promise. Only reason I didn't change now is I'm in a groove, so I don't want to mess it up. All right, so. And I think we're looking we're looking pretty good now. So when I turn it sideways, now we've got the illusion going. So the last part we're gonna do today is we are going to take our ink pen. I'm gonna use ink pen or your Sharpie. And what I mean by this Sharpie, the fine tip. Don't use the thick tip. The thick tip will start bleeding things and kind of mess up the illusion. So what I want you to do for the end of this video, I want you to come here, okay? You're gonna go back over your pencil lines. This isn't hard, this is you line it up, make sure it lines up good, okay? And what you're gonna do, go over and go ahead and make your curves while you're doing it. Do not, I repeat, do not trace your tree or your 2 candy canes. Leave those in pencil. The only thing you're gonna trace are the curves and the lines coming across. Do not trace your object, that'll kill the effect. And don't get panicky, don't get stressed, take your time. This is why I'm only gonna do this part of the video. And what you're gonna do is go all the way down, basically repeating what you did with the pencil. I'm just doing the curves at the same time. Whatever pencil marks you don't want, we're gonna get rid of, because what's gonna happen is you're actually going to erase. And don't do that. I made a little boo-boo there. You're actually gonna erase everything in the pencil. These lines here that made this object are gone. So what's gonna happen is, I want you to finish tracing this in your marker or your ink pen. Okay, I'm gonna do one more line. Take your time, don't worry about speed. Hold that ruler properly. What I do is, I put 2 in the middle here, or 3. Do not hold at the edges. If you do, it's gonna move, okay? And don't try to freehand this. Freehand is really, people don't like to use a ruler and they try to skip. No, I can freehand because I've been doing this for a long time. But even then, I still rather use the ruler to make sure it's nice and polished. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit because I made another one just so you wouldn't have to watch me bored. I do this. Once you're done tracing, this is what it's gonna look like, okay? So after I've done tracing everything with ink, I erased my pencil. And what's left are still the outlines of the 2 candy canes and the tree, okay? So that's what I want you to do. Finish tracing all those lines and then erase. And what you do is you just go across after the ink, because the ink's gonna stay. Erase all of your tree. Erase the outline of your candy cane, and voila. All right, guys, this one's a hard one. So take your time on the side. Do not worry about the back side. We're gonna do that one in the next project, and then we'll do the coloring for both at the same time on the 3rd video, and then probably get into the shadow. So I'll try to cut it down to 3 videos so you're not like having such a long time, but next video will be on the back side. We're gonna do the candle and the 2 Christmas bulbs. All right, guys, have fun with this. Take a deep breath, don't get stressed out. The first time I did this, I know it's hard, but it's worth it, I promise you. Okay, guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.